Welcome back to my blog about MCAS. Today I'm going to talk about autism and MCAS and its connection. I've had a message from a follower. Thank you very much for subscribing and liking to my channel. And the question was, what was there first? In my case, did I have MCAS first or autism? And that's a very good question. It is a bit like the question of the hen and the egg. What came first is very hard to say because these two have an interaction. In autistic people, the stress hormone cortisol is present in the body in high abundance. This is something that is genetically predisposed. And this cortisol, so prolonged cortisol in the body, acts as a neurotoxin. Hence, the different nerve or neuronal development of autistic people. So this is why it's called neurodiversity. There is a direct result to these high cortisol levels, and this is inherited or can be inherited, but it can also be caused by environmental factors. In case of MCAS, MCAS is also inherited. You have 20% chance to inherit MCAS from one of your parents. It is basically the predisposition to inflammation in your body. And at some point when this inflammation reaches a certain stage, the immune system goes into overdrive and causes this extreme hyperreactivity. So in MCAS people, it's the histamine which is there in abundance as a result of the degranulation of mast cells in response to triggers. And histamine causes a high histamine levels in the body, causes the body to release more cortisol, because cortisol is actually an anti-inflammatory agent produced by the adrenal glands. There we have the connection between histamine and cortisol. And this is why MCAS sufferers can develop autism over time. And the other way around, this is why autistic people can develop MCAS, because cortisol releases histamine in the body. Both are actually able to bypass the blood-brain barrier and alter the brain's chemistry. In MCAS, but also a lot of autistic people have food allergies and food intolerances. And in the gut, as a result to not digested food, there is a group of chemicals called cytokines. They are released in the gut in response to a food allergy. And these cytokines also bypass the vascular system, and they travel up the vagus nerve directly into the brain, where they can block certain receptors and can cause depression, anxiety, and in other chemicals can cause extreme hyperactivity. For example, I know this. I have actually experienced it in one of my children who has salicylate sensitivity, and as soon as he is eating something with salicylates, he like a rocket. He shoots to the moon. Switched child. There is a definite before and after. Just putting in a safe place, letting him run around in a circle for an hour. A glass of water often helps, or just avoiding it. But it's really hard because it is chocolate, obviously. Whereas diluted chocolate with very little cocoa content is possible. But I am going to talk about this more in another part of my blog. I want to talk about different food intolerances or different food chemicals that can be triggers in certain food groups. So please come back. This is just to wrap this up, the question about autism and MCAS. And it's actually worth exploring. So if you are diagnosed with one or the other and experiencing symptoms it's worth going down that route and finding it out, because there is a lot of support for autistic people that they can access now. And the other way around, there is support for MCAS people, and it's worth reaching out. Even if you're not diagnosed, you can reach out. You can become member of groups and forums and get in touch with me. You can always leave me a message. You can ask me to talk about a certain topic, and hopefully you'll be back for more. See you soon. Bye.